That, Andrew, can you believe it's been a quarter century that we've been working together and you've been sharing your wonderful vitamins with all of our ladies and gents out there?
That's funny. A blast from the past, the old video clips. By the way, I love your hair. Your hair looks great.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
You're
well,
welcome.
how are you doing? It's fun that you are at ProCaps, so I'm sure we'll get kind of a behind the scenes. We'll get a peek behind the curtain at where all of the wonderful vitamins are made for us.
Well, we love to do the shows from here. We haven't done this, obviously, what's been going on in the world for almost 2 years. But what makes us unique, and it's weird in the vitamin industry, most industries, we take it for granted that the products we get, they're made by the company we're getting them from. But in the vitamin industry, most products are made, not most, 90% are made by contract manufacturers. So it's kind of weird that we're unique as a company that we actually make all of the vitamins that we offer you. So and we do that because no one else could make vitamins the way we do. Our processes are unique. We're in the high desert of Henderson, Nevada, because that enables us to make products without additives. The humidity is so low here that we can make products more pure, more active, better for you. So it's something that most companies don't ever bother doing. They don't invest in production. All they are basically marketing companies. We're a science-based company. We're all about making the products for you.
Well, you know what? We appreciate it. I have to say to everybody, this is probably the biggest Today Special of the year from Andrew Lessman. We have 3 Today Specials, actually. We're going to start with the focus on CoEnzyme Q10. And this is one of the most exciting products Andrew brings us. He's been bringing us this product for a quarter century. And today you are seeing the best value ever in the history of Andrew's CoEnzyme Q10. We'll walk you through the value. We'll explain what the choices are because you do have choices. I will say, if you haven't ordered it yet, this is kind of a must. If you're going to get one thing from Andrew Lessman, this is at the top of many of our lists. You have a 30, a 60, a 120, a 240, and a 500 cap size. Normally, we don't even carry a 500. That would be $511 on its own. Today, it's $199. You are saving, girls and guys out there, over $300. It is the most amazing value. As I mentioned, there are a couple different choices for you, but pick the size you want. Take advantage of free shipping and handling, flex pay, and a return policy that's for 3.5 months. So you have up until the end of January of 2022 if you decided you needed to return this for any reason. So please keep that in mind. The return policy is here for you. There's never been a better day to buy it. Here's the most exciting part of it. There are a couple different choices. It's the CoEnzyme Q10. This is with the B12 in the formula. It is the most comprehensive CoEnzyme Q10 formula Andrew brings us, and that is choice number 1. There are 2 other choices, because if you want vitamin D3 in the formula, I did, right? Why not? Then I don't have to buy a separate vitamin D product. If you want vitamin D3 in the formula, you can choose 1,000 IU or 2,000 IU. No charge at all. It's the same price if you just order the CoEnzyme Q10 B12 formula. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want the D, and most of you do, I believe it's been the most popular choice. And just to give you an example of that, Andrew is basically giving you, it's like getting a free vitamin D product, a free B12 product, and a free vitamin C product. If you're buying the 500 count, the D3 by itself is over $97. The B12, if you were buying that separately, you're at another $97. The vitamin C that's in that formula, that's in that capsule, you're looking again at another $66. So that's $260 worth of extras, not including the CoEnzyme Q10. So for $199.90, it is truly the single most remarkable and exciting value in one of the most important products. There are thousands, literally thousands, over 3,500 perfect reviews on this product on hsn.com. People love it. If you have a minute, read reviews, because people love the way they feel. They love the energy that they feel when they take this product. They love just the health benefits. There's so much, we could talk about this for an hour, Andrew, because there's so many great things about CoEnzyme Q10, but you have made it better than ever 25 years later, and what an exciting offer for everybody today.
No, and for a 25th anniversary, there's probably no more perfect product, because CoQ10 has become one of the most important and popular ingredients that people supplement, and for very good reason. And it was 37 years ago that I first introduced CoQ10. I'm not aware of another vitamin company in America that offered CoQ10 back when I did, back in 1984 and throughout the 1980s, 90s. So we've been doing CoQ10 for 37 years. I don't think there's any company that's more experienced with the ups and downs and all the challenges involved with making a CoQ10 product that we've never compromised its quality, and we've only improved it over the years. And what's really fascinating, if we look at my original formula of CoQ10, which was 30 milligrams, the per capsule cost of that formula, and it was less comprehensive then, but the per capsule cost of that formula versus our 200 milligram formula today was more expensive 37 years ago, was more expensive 25 years ago at HSN, our 30 milligram formula, than our 200 milligram formula today. And I thought I wouldn't be able to say anything close to that if we just went back a year ago, because of course, what's been going on in the last year, there's been disruptions in what we call supply chain, getting all the raw materials and supplies from around the world, disruptions in the cost of ingredient and energy cost and things like that. Nevertheless, I am so excited to say that this today's special for my 25th anniversary is the best pricing we've ever had on our CoQ10. So if you're just getting CoQ10 on its own, best pricing ever. If you choose to, for free, to add 2,000 IU or 1,000 IU of vitamin D3, again, best pricing ever. So to think that these ingredients that are normally so expensive are capsules that become just a few cents a day, and you're getting in that large size, you're getting well over a year's supply, almost a year and a half supply of coenzyme Q10 at 200 milligrams a day. Even if that was out of your budget, even at one capsule every other day, even at one capsule a week, you're basically getting the equivalent of my original CoQ10 formula taken every single day.
Wow.
It's high potency, it's highly effective. It's the best CoQ10, the most comprehensive CoQ10 formula you'll find anywhere in the world. So something I've been doing for 37 years. It's the evolution of something that we were really the company offering a breakthrough ingredient. And today, maybe we take it for granted, but I never take CoQ10 for granted. I make sure that we give you all the tools so it always remains the best CoQ10 formula in the world. And if you look at the reviews, the reviews are just out of this world.
They're exciting. They are. If you have a minute, people get passionate about these products. People want to share their experiences because they over-deliver. It's more than what you could imagine. I think those of us that have been watching and taking Andrew's products for so many years, we're so grateful to have discovered them. We're so grateful that they work, that we've made the investment in our health, that we made the investment in a product that really delivers maximum benefits. That's what we're talking about today. By the way, a couple things you should know. First of all, 3-to-1, the large size, the 500 with the vitamin D, the 2,000 IU of vitamin D3, that is by far the best seller today. Not only is it the best seller, 3-to-1, almost 4-to-1, but also it is the majority of those have been ordered for the day. So I want to give you, if you're trying to decide which one to get, if you're already taking vitamin D, maybe you don't need the vitamin D in the formula. If you want to add a little extra vitamin D, do the 1,000 IU or add the 2,000 IU. That's what's great, is that the vitamin D, the vitamin B12, I mean, these extra ingredients, the vitamin C, those 3 products alone are $260. $260 in that 500 count. That's 3 products you don't have to buy. That's 3 products that are in here for you to be able to enjoy in one capsule. So that's why I think a lot of it's so economical. Best value we've ever seen at under $200. We do this once a year. It's Andrew's, one of his absolute best sellers, top reorder. We one time a year bring this in as a special of the day. So if you're new to Andrew Lessman or you're not taking CoQ, if you want to try it for the first time or maybe you're running low, you want to restock it, there's never been a better day to do it, guys. And we all wait. I mean, I stock up when it's today's specials. I know a lot of you do the same thing. And I have to get a couple bottles because my husband takes it every day as well. So you only really need 1 capsule. Sometimes I take 2 capsules a day. I love the way this makes me feel. I like to take it before I come into work. I feel a great sense of well-being, energy, get up and go. And it's not like that, you know, drinking a bunch of coffee and you get the jitters. You just get this sense of energy because every single cell in our body thrives on coenzyme Q10, needs it to survive, to be alive. And the fact that you get that on top of all of the other ingredients that even help that CoQ perform even better. So you're deciding, guys, you want to do a try me at the 30 size, 60, 120, 240. The 500 right now, check out the FlexPays. We'll send you 500 capsules for $40, $39.98 on FlexPay and free shipping and handling. If you decide you needed to return it, you have 3.5 months to check this out. You can take this literally for months. And then if you decide, you know what, I didn't notice a difference, it didn't work for me, you can always return it. I will tell you, nobody returns this. Top reorder product, top selling product, lowest return products. I mean, you know, it just checks every little box. So I hope you girls and guys will have a chance to stock up today. Use express ordering. We're already getting busy with over, wow, 18,000 already spoken for. But it really has long, you know, it's interesting because when Andrew started educating America about CoQ10, and that is not, I'm not overstating that. Nobody had ever heard of it before, right? Most of us had no idea what coenzyme Q10 was, what it meant, why it was important, why we needed to be supplementing it, until you really shared it with us and educated us. This is the greatest health classroom in the world. And so the fact that here we are 25 years later, now you hear about CoQ. People are educated, they understand, but not all CoQ is the same, Andrew, and I think that's why if you're gonna spend your money, you wanna buy the best that is out there, right?
Well, you want to get the best, as they say, return on your investment. And CoQ10 is something, it's not something I invented. CoQ10 is something that the big guy upstairs invented a long time ago. And CoQ10 is something that if you studied biochemistry or medicine or physiology, you absolutely positively knew what CoQ10 was. You knew what ubiquinone or ubiquinol were. That's the chemical name for coenzyme Q10, ubiquinone, ubiquinol. And part of that, if you look at the Latin root, something that is ubiquitous, a word we know in the English language, not an often used word, means something that's everywhere. And ubiquinone, ubiquinol have to be everywhere. If they're not present in all your cells, the cells that lack CoQ10 will not be alive. Every cell must produce its own energy. It can't rely on its neighbor. So you have 100 trillion plus cells. Those 100 trillion plus cells all are individually responsible for their energy production. And it sounds bizarre to say because we look at us as being these living things, leading these rich lives or these complex lives. But the energy we all experience is the result of the movement of electrons in every single cell. And if those electrons are not moving in a cell, that cell is dead. And if CoQ10 is not there to move and transport those electrons, that cell, again, is not alive. So it's really interesting how it all boils down to the movement of electrons in every single cell of our body. And it's something that CoQ10, when we're young, have the ability to make more than 500 milligrams a day of CoQ10 to sustain our requirements. As we get older, and I'm talking not older in 70, 80, 90, but older over the age of 20, 25 years old, our ability to CoQ10 already starts diminishing. Our requirements don't diminish. Our requirements stay the same or go up, but our ability to produce it goes down. That's why CoQ10, which functions exactly like a vitamin, and the only reason it technically is not a vitamin is because our body can produce a small amount of it. As we age, nothing is more like a vitamin in our body than CoQ10, and nothing has a more important function than CoQ10. So it's very important to supplement it. And I'd like to say that, okay, as I often say with my Ultimate Eye product, or lutein and zeaxanthin, eat a lot of kale and spinach, you're doing great. I can't say that with CoQ10. There is no great dietary source of CoQ10. There's some okay sources if you want to eat the brains of pigs or cows, if you want to eat the livers of pigs, cows, and chickens, okay. Those are pretty good sources. But still, to get the equivalent of this capsule, you'd have to eat thousands of calories a day of those organ meats, and that is not a terribly healthy diet. So there's no good dietary source for CoQ10. We need it to sustain our energy, our well-being. And again, another way to look at the importance of CoQ10. What did I just say are the best sources? The brains, the hearts, the livers of animals. That's because CoQ10 is critical for those critical organs to function. So our body concentrates it there. So again, if you want to understand the importance of CoQ10, just look at what your body does with the meager supplies we have, and it concentrates it in our vital organs. So if you want to feel your best, give your body the tools for energy production, we have more than enough calories. Consuming more calories is not the way to get more energy. We don't need stimulants because stimulants, yes, they give us a sensation of greater energy, but you always drop off a cliff a little bit later. It's just the way stimulants work. The smartest way to produce energy, the smartest way to enhance and promote energy production is to look at how energy is produced and the limiting factor in each of our 100 trillion cells. And if you don't think 100 trillion is a big number, if you looked at 100 trillion in terms of seconds, and I confirmed that what I said last night was correct, If you look at 100 trillion in terms of seconds, 100 trillion seconds is more than 3 million years. So that gives you a sense of how many cells in our body have to produce the energy that we need on a daily basis to feel our very best. So hopefully that underscores how important CoQ10 is.
Amazing. Okay, guys, if you can use express ordering, we are very busy. We are thrilled you're watching today because this is an exciting day. It's a 25th anniversary celebrating Andrew Lessman, and it is one of his biggest, most important products you can possibly supplement. I want to show you a couple of the reviews. There are thousands like this, 3,500 perfect reviews, the best. I absolutely love Andrew's supplements. Since using this coenzyme Q10 with D3-2000 in my blood tests are remarkable. My doctor said to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm a fan for life. I recommend Andrew's products to everyone I work with. That's Jameson in Tennessee. Part of my health routine. This is an essential part of my wellness routine. I've done lots of research on the product and have found Andrew's to be the best. I've been taking it for several years. One of my most recent wellness exams, a physician, after discussing my weight loss diet choices, supplements that I take, and the results of my numbers, BP, cholesterol, etc., exclaimed, "How does it feel to be in charge of your health?" Well, it feels wonderful. Thank you, Andrew. Great. I feel that I am more focused on my job and my memory is better since I started taking these. I have multiple piles of papers on my desk and multiple people asking me to do things all the time, and my concentration seems to have improved. Hopefully it's working as well on the other areas as described as well. Feel like a 10. These vitamins really help me with energy. They keep me on my feet all day long. I'm usually active, but these really keep me moving even more, and I can tell the difference when I miss them. One more, must get. This is a must get when you take your medications for the extra boost. I find if I'm out of CoQ10, I feel down and it doesn't upset my stomach. One more, in just a few days, my energy has increased and I feel great. Back to feeling 35 instead of 75 years old. Thank you, Andrew. We could keep going. I mean, it's exciting to hear the consistent feedback. This is a notice the difference product. This is a feel good. This is a feel better product. This is quality of life. You know, we talk all about that. Andrew always, we talk about the fact that, the old saying is, if I knew I was gonna live this long, I probably would have taken better care of myself, right? We all wanna live into our golden years, right? We want to enjoy our family, our loved ones, our friends, our children, our grandchildren. But if you don't have the energy to live your life, if you don't have that sense of well-being, you don't really get the quality of life that we're talking about. And when you hear those reviews, that was 5 or 6 of the thousands like that. And I think that's why we all get excited, Andrew, because it really does make a difference in how you feel every day of your life. Every single day you notice that you just feel better, and there's something wonderful about that, and it becomes a catalyst. You and I talk about this a lot. When you start doing one little thing, 1 second a day to swallow a capsule a day, and you notice you feel better, you start making better choices all around because you want to just take better care of yourself because it feels so good, right?
Well, when you look at CoQ10's role in our body, and we like to think that we can move through life and not have any consequences for making bad decisions. And unfortunately, there are consequences for making less than ideal decisions. But we often don't consider the fact that there can actually be benefits for making good decisions. We often think that we're always paying for the wrong decisions we make. And we often don't embrace the fact that we can make good decisions that really make us feel better and give us an opportunity to feel our very best. This is not some magical solution. This is something that the science has been absolutely crystal clear for decades. Again, I introduced CoQ10, I believe, in America 37 years ago. This is something I've known about for almost 40 years. Well, I've certainly known about CoQ10 for well over 40 years. We've been manufacturing supplements for now, this is unbelievable to say this, 42 years since I started this company.
Impossible.
42 years. They had a brochure on earlier. I didn't see it because I was on the phone at home, which I think a brochure that was a picture from that's from 32 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
That's frightening. That was when I was on QVC. We had shot that before I went to QVC. So,
and look at you in your brown, you were in a brown jacket.
With like a mock turtleneck, yes. So, but it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. That was amazing. Literally half a lifetime ago. But we all have an opportunity to live our very best life. There are components in our body that are critical to our doing so. Again, even if everything is perfect in your world, and we all try to have a perfect world. I think we all kind of fall short, myself included. Our body does not produce fractionally the levels of CoQ10 at age 60, 70, 80, even at 35 as it did when we were 20. So that's a fact of life, and we can't produce energy in all of our cells without the CoQ10 we need. I was going to read some science charts here, then I also had some reviews, but the science is really compelling on CoQ10. It's all over the place because CoQ10 is ubiquitous. It's ubiquinol. It is all over the place doing its work. This is from a journal called Current Neurovascular Research. It was reported that animals supplemented on CoQ10 may reach a significantly longer mean lifespan, 11.7% higher, a significantly higher maximum lifespan, 24% higher, and increased learning capacity than non-supplemented animals, suggesting that a long-term supplementation with a small dosage of coenzyme Q10 may represent a good anti-aging therapy. Good might be understating there, but that's something I would like to embrace. From critical reviews in Food Science and Nutrition, the human body produces CoQ10, but its internal endogenous tissue levels drop progressively with increasing age. That's a fact. CoQ10 is chiefly found in the most active organs. There are most critical organs, heart, kidney, and liver, in our brain, where even in greater decline can be observed with increasing age. We don't want that decline. The intracellular biosynthesis of CoQ10 begins through a cascade of amino acid precursors, which indispensably require 8 vitamins: B6, vitamin C, vitamin B2, B12, folic acid, niacin, and pantothenic acid. Guess what? I believe we're the only CoQ10 product that gives you all of those essential requirements. So not only do we give you CoQ10, we give you what your body needs to produce even more. Endogenous synthesis of CoQ10 in the body declines with age, a fact, indicating a rationale for supplementation in the elderly. In that case, I would define elderly as the age of 35, maybe 25. From cancer epidemiology, biomarkers, and prevention, cellular and tissue levels of CoQ10 decrease with age, and cellular levels below a critical threshold are incompatible with life. Wow. Coenzyme Q10 supplements at a dose of 150 milligrams can decrease oxidative stress and increase antioxidant enzyme activity. A higher dose of CoQ10, greater than 150 milligrams per day, might promote rapid and sustainable antioxidation, reduced oxidative stress. That's why we give you 200 milligrams a day. This is just so everyone knows, and it doesn't just apply to statin drugs, it applies to many different classes of drugs, from antidepressants to drugs for osteoporosis, from the American Journal of Cardiovascular Drugs. HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, statin drugs, the best-selling prescription drug class in the US, including atorvastatin, Lipitor, the best-selling prescription drug in the world. Statins inhibit the enzyme HMG-CoA reductase at a stage early in the mevalonate pathway. Sorry for this being complicated. Basically, it means that when you take a statin drug or these many other drugs, it reduces the production of CoQ10. So if you wonder why fatigue or different things like muscle tenderness, muscle soreness happens when you take statin drugs, the implications are its role in reducing CoQ10. So as important as it is to lower cholesterol, you're also reducing CoQ10. And that's not a good thing for feeling our best, for feeling good at all. So very last one here. Sorry about the science, but it's what makes this such a compelling product. From Medical Science Monitor, statins inhibit cholesterol synthesis, and the biosynthesis of CoQ10 is also reduced, since CoQ10 is an intermediate in the mevalonate pathway. In other words, you take statin drugs, you take beta blockers, you take bisphosphonates for reducing the risk of osteoporosis, and you're lowering CoQ10. It goes without saying that CoQ10 should go along with those products.
And you know what, the science is so important, because all the manufacturers other than Andrew Lessman, they're not doing this kind of research. Andrew is doing the research. He and his team, it's fun to know how these ingredients work in our body, why they're essential, why they're so important. And so doesn't it make, for those of us taking this product, it makes you feel that much better about spending your hard-earned dollar and buying the best that's available and committing to taking it every single day, because the benefits, the health benefits, cannot be argued with. The health benefits are there. If you are trying to decide, I'm going to show you what's happening here. First of all, the 500 is by far the majority of that clicker Way over 10,000 of that number is the 500 count with the vitamin D3 2000. That is the #1 runaway bestseller. If you want that one, we still have yours waiting for you. You can do 500, 240, 120, 60, or 30. Reminding you, Andrew is offering you 3 choices. You can do the CoEnzyme Q10 200 with the 200 milligrams with the vitamin B12 in the formula, or you can do the CoEnzyme Q10 200 milligrams with the vitamin B12 and vitamin D3. The vitamin D3 you choose. Do you want 1,000 IU? Do you want 2,000 IU? That is a separate vitamin D product. You're getting a separate vitamin B product. You're getting a separate vitamin C product. These are individual separate products that are all in the same capsule. So you don't have to buy all of those things separately. You get them every day in that one easy to swallow capsule. And if you were to be buying those separately, the vitamin D by itself, and this is for the 500 count, which I was just explaining is definitely the most popular, that alone is close to $100 worth of D3, $97.08. The vitamin B12, $97.08. The vitamin C, $66.58. Again, you're getting $260 of extras. That does not include the world's finest coenzyme Q10 200 milligrams, right? That's why we are all jumping in here and saying yes to this today's special today, because it is our very best value. It is the most comprehensive product on the market. It definitely works. You feel a difference. And you know, it's interesting because a lot of people, I was reading through more of the reviews, and Andrew may share some as well, but a couple of the people said things like, I tried CoQ in the past from another brand, it didn't work. I didn't notice a difference. So not all of these products are the same. Not all the ingredients are the same. The delivery system matters. All of these individual things. There's no better way to deliver it. There's no better way to manufacture it, to package it. I mean, all of those things are taken into account. Andrew is live in Henderson, Nevada in his facility that is actually being powered by the sun, the power of the Nevada sunshine. It's all that solar energy power. So every little thing you do, Andrew, to create the world's finest vitamins, I mean, you walk the walk, and that's why we are proud of you. You know, it's impressive
Thanks.
that a manufacturer right here in the good old USA cares as much as you do and has as much integrity as you do to make sure that every possible detail is thought about. And that's it. It's very thoughtful the way you create these products for us, and we appreciate it.
But I think that's what every manufacturer owes to the folks who choose to use their products, that you have the confidence that the products are made in a fashion that we earn your trust. When you look at our factory, for almost 30 years, we've had no carbon footprint. That was decades before that became fashionable. For 42 years, we've used no additives. No other pharmaceutical company, no other supplement manufacturer makes products 100% without additives. And that's the reason why, unlike most products in the supplement industry, I've said this before, it's a weird industry that I'm in. It's a weird industry when most of the products in that industry are made by strangers, are made by contract manufacturers, not made by the company that's offering you the product. You would think that most companies were like me. 90% of the products out there are not. They're made by strangers. They're made by contract manufacturers. Many of them, who knows where, overseas somewhere. These are made right here in the US of A. As you said, it's that wonderful sunshine that shines in the desert, the low humidity desert that enables us to make products without additives. But I had some reviews I wanted to read before we ran along, just because as much as I love the science, the reviews are really that human experience. And here's one: more energy, feeling great at 66. I'm such a believer in these products. We take the multivitamin, now we're taking the CoQ10. Just within 1 week, our energy level is so much higher and we feel fantastic. We live in Las Vegas, here we are, and have driven by your factory. It looks so nice. Love your products. That's Lorena, Nevada. I'm often asked if the pictures we show are real pictures because they almost look like they're fake images. They're very real. That's our factory. Coenzyme Q10 now required. I've been taking Andrew Lessman's vitamins, including CoQ10, consistently for at least 10 years. I've never noticed a difference when I ran out or didn't take a particular vitamin for a while. Recently, I ran out of CoQ10 and tried to wait for Andrew to come on with a sale. After a couple of weeks, I felt tired and lacked energy. It was even harder than usual to get out of bed. I couldn't wait for the sale any longer and placed my order as soon as possible. I was back to normal in a couple of weeks. And I often say that you don't appreciate how well this works until you live without it. Love, love, love this. My husband and I have been taking these for 3 months now. I feel a difference in my health, mind, and energy level. They really have helped me and my husband, and I make sure we are stocked up because I never want to run out. I love it so much. One more.
Excellent.
And again, these are not
These are
drugs or
great.
medicines. CoQ10 200, this product is great for energy. I also notice I sleep better at night. Thank you, Andrew, for a great source of CoQ10. And again, it's not a drug, it's not a medicine. As I always say, it's something better. If we look at how all of the cells in our body, the 100 trillion plus cells, work, and they each are responsible for their individual energy, they can't rely on their neighbor, you end up always focusing on CoQ10 when you look at the basic functioning, the biochemistry of our cells. And unfortunately, as we age, its availability is diminished. It's not available from our diet. So you either supplement it or you struggle or figure out how to do without it, unfortunately, as we age.
And I mean, a tiny little price to pay for better energy, a sense of well-being that no other, a cup of coffee, nothing else can do what this can do for us. And that's why I think once you start taking it, you do not want to be without it. As Andrew said, when you run out, that's when you really start noticing a difference, because it's definitely one of those products that is a game changer in terms of how you feel every day. You're going to feel good. And that's the beauty of it. It's going to bring back that vitality that maybe you lost somewhere along the way as we get older. And you could be in your 30s, you could be in your 80s, right? We all want to live our best life. We all want to feel great. All you have to do right now is call us or head to hsn.com. I will point out here, this is a tiny little investment. I mean, you're getting 500 capsules. That's about a year-and-a-half supply for $199.90. This is pennies a day to take a product that can make such an impact in your health. And by the way, I do want to point out again, you can do the CoEnzyme Q10 on its own, that without the D3 in the formula, or you can do with 1,000 or 2,000 IUs of vitamin D3. The D3 is completely free. You are not paying a penny. There's no different pricing. And what's beautiful about that, because so often when you buy a vitamin product, it's full of fillers, right? This is not. I mean, this is full of all of the vital vitamins and nutrients that will help really bring the best of your CoQ10 products. So we're gonna wrap it up. Keep ordering if you want yours. We have it waiting for you. The flex pays are there, the free shipping and handling, and of course, a 3.5-month return policy is always nice. But we're gonna keep going because we have not one, but 3 today's specials for